Got a super exciting video here for you. We're talking about 3 sleepers I absolutely love for fantasy football 2025. Stay to the end because the last one, he is immense value, amazing value. You want to get him in all your rosters. He's a wide receiver. I'm absolutely loving the way that he sits right now on the current Sheep ranking. So listen, if you love fantasy football, if you are passionate about fantasy football, if you want fantasy football year round, and you like these bite-sized videos I'm doing as well, I'm trying to do some short-form content as well on top of the podcast, which are going to get rolling hardcore around June. I'm going to get some, that's another thing. We're going to get some athletes on the show as well. So if you love athletes, you love fantasy, hit the subscribe button, consider subscribing, thumbs up, and drop a comment below. I want to make this ultra interactive. I want to hear, do you like these 3 sleepers, the ones that I'm going to mention? Also, drop a sleeper. Drop a sleeper that you absolutely love for fantasy football 2025 that everybody's kind of sleeping on right now that you want to get for value, okay? So I'm going to keep the content rolling, these short forms. I like these short, bite-sized information. Keep that rolling for you because I know it's off-season and people are passionate. They still want to hear about fantasy. This is the channel to do it. So hit the thumbs up. I know it's a small little move by you guys, but it really helps the channel. Hit the thumbs up. Drop a comment. All right, let's dive into it. Get straight to it. Oh, one more thing. I got to say this. If you haven't gotten 60 yards, you can pre-order and get in the course right now. I've linked it below. You'll never look back. Rankings are done. They won't help you. 16 rounds is the truth. You will win your leagues. You can get in right now and pre-order, okay? Get in the course, you get your login, you're all set up, and the first release comes out in May. All right, first sleeper here. Let's talk about him. Is Bo Nix. It's a quarterback. Listen, I love him. Currently sitting as, listen to this, QB 13. Amazing value. Coming off typically round 7 and on. So he could fall depending on your league. It's a 1 quarterback league as early as round 7. I just did a bunch of mock drafts, kind of based on ADP, getting a feel of the simulations. Round 7 and 8, I mean, that's really good value. Let me tell you why I love Bo Nix. I don't just, talk for no reason. Now, I'm surprised he's not copied and pasted. Typically, the Sheepses, they love copying and pasting. He's not copied and pasted, but he finished 7th last year, and he's going as QB 13. The reason he's not copy and pasted is because the Sheep love their golden boys. There's certain guys that just will not lower in their rankings. Guys like Lamar Jackson, even though I think there's going to be a decline this year. Guys like Pat Mahomes, right? There's certain quarterbacks, they're always going to be on top. It's just going to be their golden boy. Now, last year, if you remember how they screwed you, they all told you, except for me in 16 rounds, they all told you, make sure you guys get Anthony Richardson, 5th overall quarterback. I'm like, dude, that guy's going to bust. Don't do it, right? And Richardson busted significantly. So when you look at a guy like Richardson, man, he's way down the ranking now, but he was a guy they loved last year. He's not the guy that they kind of copied and pasted. Now, Bo Nix is not part of their golden boy club yet, unfortunately. He will be after this year. So sitting at QB 13 right now, immense value. Here's what I love. 6th in passing attempts last year. 6th in passing attempts with 567. Listen to this. 5th in rushing attempts. Only Josh Allen, Hurts, Daniels, and Lamar Jackson had more rushing attempts than Bo Nix. So he's going to run the ball. That's something that's definitely important, right? 92 attempts, right? 430 yards, 4 touchdowns. That could go up. And understand, his receiving core wasn't that good. I think Troy Franklin takes a step up this year. Sutton was okay. Hopefully they get him a good receiver, bolster up that O-line. His running backs aren't even that good, but hopefully things work out for him. But again, 12th in yards. I want to see that going up. He had 3,775 yards and 6th in passing touchdowns. Not bad, 29 and 12 interceptions. So I see his touchdowns definitely going up next year. I see his interceptions going down. I definitely see him getting a couple more rushing touchdowns. I just see him getting better next year. Now, there's guys that were really good in their rookie season, guys like CJ Stroud, who fall off in year 2. There's a chance that there could be a possible sophomore slump, and I get that. I think his year was really good. I just don't think it was like CJ Stroud good in his rookie year. You could say that it's almost comparable. His stats were good. Like I said, he's holding his own, finished 7th in fantasy points, right? So he had a good year. And I just see him having a better year this year. I think because, again, his offense wasn't good. It only gets better. So that's my first sleeper. Love the value. I think he'd be good enough to be your QB1, but make sure you always get a backup, which I explained in 16 rounds, okay? And it is early. It is February. Things are going to change, all right? Number 2 here. Number 2. I got the 2 fingers. There you go. 2. I'm holding a mic. I love him. Marvin Harrison Jr. sitting at wide receiver 26, finished as wide receiver 30 last year. Listen to this. This is what I love about him, okay? It's a talent. Now, that's number 1. And it's the value. And also, he had 116 targets, only 62 receptions. So that's definitely going to go up. His target to reception ratio definitely needs to come up. 885 yards, 8 touchdowns in his rookie year. Now, understand, guys that were kind of talent-wise below him, right? Because he was coming off early round 2 as the first rookie wide receiver. I thought that was too expensive. Neighbors is wide receiver 7. Brian Thomas Jr. is wide receiver 8. Ladd McConkey, wide receiver 14th amongst wide receivers in the rankings. So Ladd, a guy was telling you get all your leagues. Brian Thomas Jr., a guy was telling you get all your leagues. Get him. Do not get Christian Kirk. These guys are coming off round 1 and 2. Ladd McConkey is coming off round 2. All guys I told you to stash last year. Make sure you get Saquon Henry round 1 and 2. Anchor your team with Josh Allen. Get yourself a Brian Thomas Jr., Ladd McConkey later in your draft. You'll be solid. Those guys already coming off round 1 and 2. And guess what? I can get Marvin Harrison Jr. round 5 to 6. Now, his ADP might shoot up. Obviously, I don't like the Kyler Murray situation. I'm not a Kyler Murray fan. I don't think he's that good. I don't like Kyler Murray, but that is just something you got to deal with when you look at a guy who's still going to get that volume. He's still going to be talented. He's going to be ultra talented, and he's going to get a ton of volume, and he can only do better than last year. The talent opportunity is there. Obviously, the quarterback's an issue, but I'm okay with that based on the value. Marvin Harrison Jr., I'm going to see if I can get him on my team this year, for the value, okay? So I'll be watching him in the offseason a little bit more. And number 3, before I get to this guy, make sure you guys head over to mybookie.ag. You want to use the code FFC. You get a 50% match deposit. Go in, put down the deposit, and get ready for the NFL season. Or you can get it on the UFC action, other sports. Mybookie.ag is the site I use. FFC is the code you want to use. Go in, create an account, and you're absolutely all set for the entire season. You're set for life. This is the site I use. You can get on everything. You can even get it on prop bets, literally for the NFL draft, which is just around the corner. So mybookie.ag, go just create an account, get set up. FFC is the code. Go do that right now. 50% match deposit with that code. All right, go create an account. The last guy, absolutely love, sitting at wide receiver 40. Now, I'll tell you who it is. Before I even do that, this guy was coming off rounds 5 to 6. The wide receivers on his team were coming off rounds like 2 to 4, back to back pretty much. All right, and that was Keenan Allen and DJ Moore were coming off in the early rounds. I told you, do not draft any of these guys. But Rome Odunze is the sleeper I'm talking about here. Sitting as wide receiver 40. You can get him rounds 8 to 10 at the current ADP, sitting here late February, March. And I'm telling you, man, this guy finished 49th. Why did he finish 49th? It wasn't that he was not talented. It was that he was in a wide receiver committee with a rookie quarterback. And I told you to avoid him. Just do not. I said Rome is probably the best out of the 3. And he is. Now, some people say with DJ Moore, he's not. Rome Odunze was the 9th overall pick. The talent is there. The caliber is there. The problem is just he didn't get the targets, right? You had 121 targets go to Keenan Allen, which is he's going to be shipped off. He's old. He's washed up. He shouldn't have even been on the team. That's a funny thing. Everybody was drafting Keenan Allen early based on the year before, copy and paste, because Herbert was force feeding him the year before. I'm like, dude, he's going to decline. And sure enough, he did. Moore had 140 targets and 101 went to Rome Odunze. So again, Rome Odunze slides in as the 1, possibly the 2 at least, and he's definitely going to get an uptick across the board. He's going to be efficient. I think Williams takes a step up this yeyear, and I think they're going to get a good running back. There's 4 good running backs I absolutely love. Did a video on that. Go look at it. Travion Henderson, Caleb Johnson, Ashton Jeanty. Go watch that video. You're going to want to learn about these running backs. I would assume the Bears, who have an earlier draft pick, are going to consider a running back, definitely boost up that offense. So listen, Rome Odunze, Marvin Harrison Jr., Bo Nix, 3 sleepers I absolutely love. The value is great. The upside is great. And the talent, more importantly, is absolutely phenomenal. I think they only get better from last year. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Smash it, tap it, slap it. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to keep these videos coming to you. That's why you guys got to turn on the bell. And if you want the truth to sports, subscribe and get the 16-round draft solution. I appreciate everybody. We'll talk soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love talking fantasy. I'm out.